Why is it that when an African man marries an African woman, they are so conservative? Typically, I'm not saying it happens every time, but typically very conservative. They believe that it's the woman's work to cook, it's her work to clean, it's her work to do everything regarding, like domestic care and even childcare, right? But when they marry white women, everything changes. It's just like magic happens. They will cook, they will push the stroller, they will take care of the baby, they will wash, they'll do it with so much joy. They even take it a notch higher by creating TikTok accounts. Oh, watch
You really want to know, really?
me as I teach my English wife how to cook egusi soup. Watch me as I clean the house as my British wife is sleeping. It's just like something changes. What changes right before our eyes? Our traditional odogu has become a vegetable.
No, it's not you being a vegetable. It's called being romantic. You do it. I've seen you push trolleys for your wife, but I can understand why you're asking. We don't do it for our sisters, but when it comes to Igbo, we do it. And you're asking for why. The why is what I could give you, but let's let you cook.
And by the way, this is not to say that there is anything wrong with being traditional, right? You can find someone like you, but in my
And there's nothing wrong with being romantic. But
opinion, it feels like black men are ashamed of doing certain things for their black wives, but they will do it so
no, it feels like, and this is where you lost me. If you're asking for an objective reason as to why, you know why. Me and you, we know why. Because our African sisters, like we both know, oftentimes come with a traditional expectation. The Igbo woman know they come with traditional expectation. You know these things and you're asking for why. We know that traditional woman will call you Ishiake, but Oyibo woman will call you my love. We know these things. So it is in that understanding that people practice what works for them. If it works, it works. And the negative reason, which we all know, is also because sometimes these our brothers might be in need of papers and they have to do what they have to do. Is it right? I don't know. That's between them, the immigration, and the women involved, because sometimes it's these women who prompt these guys, who lure these guys into these situations. I don't want to get there, but you're asking for why. That's why. But let's let you finish.
happily for their white wives. Do you guys get it? So it's almost like with their black wives, they are very mindful of what people will say, what friends will say, what family people will say, what the public will say. But with their white wives, they don't care, which is actually how it should be. You don't.
That is not the truth. It's not about they don't care. You know, it's not about they don't care. It's because when it comes to a relationship, a marriage, it's two of you versus the world. But with the African wife, no, it's him and marrying her sisters and marrying her friends, marrying her salon, her hairdresser, her support people, and all these things. Oftentimes, it's hard for our African sisters to look a man in the eye and say, it's me and you versus the world. Let's get to this. She has to involve every stakeholder, everybody. Now, you can't even tell your wife, see, I don't like egusi. Once you say it, her whole family knows. And you tell me that with such a woman, you can keep a private arrangement with her? It doesn't work like that. You know the abroad system, the Western system is set up in such a way that the nuclear family has to be tight for it to work. Once you start involving family, external stakeholders, it crumbles and that weakens a man. That's why, at least in my experience over here in Australia. But let's let it cook.
Don't care what anyone says as long as you're happy in your home. Why is that? Why is it that when an African...
Well, we've got to the why, and I believe I've ran through it. Beautiful, beautiful content. Please do more. We like you. Till next time. I'll catch you again. Ciao.
Well, from hearing from our African brother, it now totally makes sense. You know, if it was a woman, if it was a lady saying this, they will scream, jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. Oh, African women with jealousy. Oh, jealousy left, right, and center. If it was a lady saying this, it would be jealousy. Oh, it would be jealousy. That's what they always usually say. When an African woman says, these African men, when they marry white women, they totally act different. They totally change. Like they totally become so perfect. when African women say that, it's always jealousy. You're so jealous of these white women. You're so jealous. You're so jealous. But now it is a fellow brother saying the things that we have been talking about for the longest time. Oh my God. Guys, let me tell you one thing. Whatever this guy said, it is the actual truth. Though not all, but most of these African men who marry these white women, they think these white women are out of their league. They think these white women are superior, more superior to the African sisters, African women, right? They think these white women are much better than African women. They're more superior. They don't deserve these African women, these white women. When these African men marry these white women, these Wazungus, they think these Wazungu women are doing them a favor by marrying them. So some of them really walk on eggshells. Like they I don't know, they do everything perfectly. They do everything perfectly. You see, so many times these African men don't even go out with their wives. But when they marry a white woman, a Muzungu, they will go out with these Wazungus. They will cook. They will start a YouTube channel. Watch as I cook for my German woman our traditional food. Watch as I take care of my child, change my baby's diaper. Yeah. Watch as I do everything as my wife is on a vacation. They do all those things, but to us African women, they see us as unworthy. Eh? Like we don't deserve all the nice things. We don't deserve all the princess treatment, all this amazing, nice, we don't deserve a good partner. That's what some of these people think. Some of these African men think. Some of them, I'm not saying all, they think as African women, we don't deserve any better. We don't deserve anything nice. We are strong, we are hard, we are not feminine. We are just, I don't know, we can do anything. Even if you're sick, you have to look for ways of cooking food, making sure the kids are taken care of, making sure everything is done, even if you're sick. Some of these African men think for us, we are, I don't know, but these Wazungu women, they are the God. They are to be worshipped. They are to be praised. They are everything. Some of these men are actually that horrible. Trust me. You see this particular black man, African man, who is doing everything for the other wife in Europe, will marry an African woman here, but he will never help this woman with anything. But when he goes the other side of Europe or America or wherever, he will do everything for the other woman. Yeah? So, guys, it is true. And it's now fellow men, African men talking about it. Yeah? It is true. And I'm not saying that all African men are like that. No, not all of them. You find actually very many African men who help their wives out, who spoil their women left, right, and center. Like, I see them every day, and it really makes my heart really smile. It makes me happy seeing my sisters really enjoying life. Like, they're married, they're happy. The man is not being, I don't know, mean, rude. Most times, trust me, fellow African and African relationships, wow, you don't want to know. A woman has no say. The man is ever rude. The man is ever not happy. The man is, they cannot even communicate well. No, they don't. For some reason, they think we are not worthy. It happens. It is true. I'm not saying all, but I've seen also so many African men who really take care of their family. They are there for their wives. They change the baby's diaper, they help, they do this, they do that, they do that. Yeah, so if we talk about culture, people like culture, our cultural values and what, in African homesteads, our cultural values, the Wazungus, they do 50-50, yeah, they help with the bills, they do this, they do that. That's why the women are like A, B, C, D. Trust me, African women do almost 80% of the entire household, like everything. Trust me, there are women who take care of the bills in these African households. They take care of the bills. They're the ones who make sure the kids are, I don't know what. They do everything, but the man is there. He's not doing even half of anything. But this man still does not care, does not give a S about the wife. The wife is doing everything. And now if you go back to like the people who, like the uneducated people, like let me say people in the villages, yeah, you find the woman is doing almost 100% of the work. These men literally don't care. If you're talking about the culture, what the women are the ones who are going to the gardens, making sure they clear the farm, they plant, they make sure food is there, make sure these kids are ready for school, make sure. It's like, oh my God, like African men, some of you just need to wake up. You just need to wake up and see how valuable, how important your fellow African sisters are. If that's what I can say. You're a fellow... let me say, if... I don't know, guys. I just feel so emotional when I talk about this. Because when I go to the village, yeah? Guys, my brothers, my cousins, in my village, there, they always say, education has spoiled you, education has ruined your mindset. I was like, how is that? Like, your wife wakes up in the morning, make sure breakfast is prepared, make sure she goes to the garden, maybe weed, whatever, harvest, maybe cassava or sweet potato, bring it home. You were there. Eh? You can't even wake up and just help with sweeping the compound. That's a woman's job. You can't even go and fetch water for this poor woman because it's a woman's job. This woman gives birth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. This woman, 7, 8. This woman is doing literally everything on their own. And the man is just there. Waking up, sitting under the tree. When you try to tell him, but this is not how it's supposed to be. You educated women, blah, 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 blah. But now, what does education have to do with your laziness? With your unseriousness? And every time the wife is pregnant, every minute the wife is pregnant, but they do nothing, they don't even help. Trust me, oh my God. But you find that same particular man, you see that particular man who sits under the mango tree and never helps the wife. When he marries a Muzungu, he's going to carry the baby. He's going to do everything. All of a sudden, they change. However uneducated they are. Once they marry a Muzungu, they become something else. It's like they fear these women. These women is like their God. Like, hi. No hate to Wazungu women. Please, do your thing. Yeah, I have no issue. My sisters, enjoy. Yeah, enjoy yourselves. Yeah, let these men do everything for you. Enjoy yourself. But seriously, it doesn't look so good. It does not look so good. It's shaming. It's like, anyways. Thank you for watching.